Good day, everyone. Welcome back to the Azure Databricks series on JBS Wiki. In today's video, we will be exploring how to connect Power BI to Azure Databricks Delta tables and create dynamic visualizations. I will walk you through each step from setting up the connection to building insightful dashboards. Let's dive in. We will begin to look at the Databricks environment, connecting it to Power BI. Yep. So currently the cluster is starting. Once the cluster starts, we will then visualize data in Power BI to create interactive dashboards. First, let's set up our Azure Databricks environment. Let's navigate to our Databricks workspace in Azure portal and make sure the all compute cluster and also the SQL warehouse is online. So once these two things are online, what we'll do is we will look at the Delta table that we will be utilizing, and then we will use Power BI to connect to that Delta tables, and we will take it from there. Okay, so the cluster is online. Yeah. So let me look at the catalog explorer here. And the table that I'm going to look at is HDFC Bank underscore Delta. It basically has the data of HDFC Bank share price. Yeah. So maybe it has close to 1 year of data. Okay, so this is the table, Delta table. If you guys look at it, uh, it's a Delta table. So I'll be connecting my Power BI and connect to this Databricks workspace, and then use this Delta table in that Power BI, and then design the visualization. Yeah. If you don't have a Delta table, you can create one by watching my previous videos on Azure Databricks Delta tables. Yep. So now let's open the Power BI desktop, and then let's click on this Get Data, and then click on More here, and check. Let's go to Azure here, and then we have this Azure Databricks. So let's click on Connect. Yep, so what we need to do is we need to provide the server host name and then the HTTP path. Yeah, that's the initial details that we need to provide. So what we'll do is let's head back to our workspace here. Yep, and then click on this cluster. In my case, it is this cluster that I'll be utilizing, and then come down and you have something called advanced options. Just click on that, and then let's go to this JDBC or ODBC. Yeah, and you have this server host name. So let's copy that. Yep, and then let's go to our Power BI desktop, and then let's give that server host name. Make sure there are no spaces before and after the server host name. Let's head back to the cluster details and then copy this HTTP path as well. Yep. And then let's go to our Power BI again, and then give that paste that HTTP path here. Yeah. And once this is done, what I'm going to do is I'm not going to give anything else. I'm going to keep it very simple. Yeah, just the server host name and then the HTTP path, and then let's click on OK here. We will have to authenticate to the Databricks, so let's wait for the authentication dialog box to come up. I have signed using my login. Yep. And if you can see here, we have connected to the Azure Databricks cluster here. So I'm going to click on this Hive Master, and then go to this schema called Jumbo. And then I will select this HDFC Bank underscore Delta. Yep. Let's wait for the preview here. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is like I'm going to click on transform data. Yeah. Okay, so once we have the data here, yeah, what I'm going to do is like I'm going to check the data type for each of these columns, yeah, and based on my requirement, I will change it accordingly, yeah. Date should be set to date here, yeah. Series should be like it's fine. I will have it as text. Yep. So this is basically like in decimal. So let me change it to decimal. This one is also decimal. So let me change that to decimal. All these things are in INR. So I will change all these things to decimal. Yeah. And this one also is decimal. Okay. So these are all decimals. So let me change others as well. So this one is also decimal. So I will change all these things to required data type, yeah. And then volume should be whole number, yep. And this one should also be decimal. And this one is also decimal, yep. So I've set the required information here. This one. Okay, I've resized transform data box and number of trades, I think it should be whole number. Yep. So let me do a replace current here. So everything is set. So now what I'm going to do is like I've named it as HDFC Bank underscore Delta. So let's do a close and apply. And then let's wait for the table to be created here. And once that is done, we will maybe use one of the visualization and then use the data there. Yep. We have the table here. Now let me select this line chart, yeah, and then use the date in x-axis, yeah. Let's use it as date, and then what I'll do is like I will first add low, uh, uh, high, open, and close. I will add these four. It is basically like the open price, the low price, high price, and the close price, yeah. So we have this visualization here, yeah. We don't need the filters here. So if you see here, whatever, if you want to change the things here, you can go ahead and do that, yeah. So for the x-axis, we can, whatever you want to change, you can change it, yeah. So So if you look at it, basically this is the visualization. So you can change all these things as per your requirement. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. The basic requirement is to just connect to the Delta table and get it. The visualization can be done anytime. Yeah. Now what I'll do is like I will maybe try using a table. Yeah. And if you see here, if I use the table, it basically shows me the information stating like at on 7 August 2023, the low value is this, the high price is this, open price is this, and close price is this. So basically, we were able to bring in the required data from the Databricks, and then we have positioned that as an visualization in Databricks. Yeah. What we'll do now is like let's go to the data source settings here. Yeah. And then let's click on edit permission here. Yeah. So what happened is like when I clicked on OK after providing the required details as far as um, the cluster details are concerned, that is the server hostname and HTTP path. It did not ask me to key in the credentials because I've already signed in using my Azure AD credentials. Yeah. So I've used my Azure Active Directory credentials, but in case, just in case if you do it for the first time, it will definitely be asking for the credentials. So what you need to do is like we have three options here. Yeah. One is your Azure Active Directory. And you just need to click on this one and sign in, and then you need to provide your required user. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is like instead of using the Azure Active Directory, I'm going to use my access token. Yeah. So for accessing for getting the access token, what we need to do is like we just need to click on our profile button here, yeah, and then go to settings, and then go to developer here. So whoever have watched my previous videos, they will easily know that how to get the access tokens. But for the new viewers, I think like this is the way that you need to get the access token. Yeah. Now click on generate new access token and then provide a description or a comment here. Yeah. Power BI integration delta tables. I will leave the lifetime as 90 days. Yeah, click on generate and then copy this access token here. Yeah, make sure to copy the token now. You won't be able to see it again. So very critical that you copy this. Yeah, and then what you need to do is like go to your Power BI and then give the access token here and then click on save. Yeah, and then click on OK and then see if it works. Yeah. So now what I'm going to do is like I'm going to click on refresh, yeah, and then let's see if you're able to get the data. If you see here, it worked out. So what we have done in this video, we utilized our Azure Active Directory credentials to access our Azure Databricks workspace and then the required delta tables. And then what I did is like I showed you how you guys can utilize access token to make a connection to Azure Databricks. Now your dashboard is available online and can be shared with your colleagues or stakeholders. You can set up automatic refresh schedules to keep the data up to date with Databricks. Yeah, and that's it. We have successfully connected Power BI to Azure Databricks Delta tables, imported data, and created dynamic visualizations. I hope this video was helpful in understanding the process of integrating Databricks with Power BI. If you have any questions or want to see more tutorials, let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel for more such contents. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video. Jai Hind.